This is Line 6 John, and today I'm going to show you how to get started with the StageScape M20d digital mixer from Line 6. Out of the box, all we need is the supplied IEC power cable and we're ready to start. Insert the IEC power cable into AC in on the back side of the unit, flip on the power switch, and the M20d will start up. The startup screen menu includes a demo to see what the StageScape can do, an overview to get to know the interface, and quick access to the onboard tutorial and help content. You can turn off the startup menu by clicking the check mark at the bottom of the screen. To get started, we'll simply tap the Start Using StageScape button. Now we're ready to connect our vocal mic, acoustic guitar, monitor, and mains. We'll start by connecting a 1/4-inch instrument cable to our acoustic guitar and connect the other end to the first combi input jack on the M20d's input section. Notice how the M20d instantly recognizes that I have connected a 1/4-inch cable and automatically creates a channel assigned to the first input. By default, a line input preset is used, but today we are going to use an acoustic guitar. So let's change this to an acoustic guitar preset. Tap the line input graphic on the screen to select the channel and swipe the stage icon gallery at the bottom of the screen to the right until we find the acoustic direct icon. Simply tap it once, and now our channel 1 input has loaded up a preset optimized for direct acoustic guitar. Now that our guitar is ready to go, let's move on to connecting an XLR cable into our vocal mic and then connect the other end into the second combi jack on the M20d's input section. The M20d will instantly recognize that I have connected an XLR cable and automatically create a channel assigned to the second input. By default, a mic preset is used, but today I want to use some reverb for the vocals on this song, so let's change this to a male with reverb preset. Simply tap on the mic and then tap on the male with reverb preset from the stage icon gallery at the bottom of the screen. Next, we will connect an XLR from the floor monitor line input to monitor out A on the M20d. Notice how a monitor will instantly be created on the stage. Then we will connect an XLR cable from the line inputs of our main speakers to the main outs left and right on the M20d. You will notice that the main output meter will flash and the speaker corresponding to the output will become bold. After all our connections have been made, we need to fine-tune our input trim for each channel. To do this, select Auto Trim on the top left of the setup page, select the acoustic guitar and vocal mic channels, and tap Start Analysis. Make sure to play the loudest part of your song once the auto trim begins to analyze your signal. When auto trim has completed, tap Confirm Changes to apply the trim to both channels. Now turn the green encoders for your acoustic guitar channel and vocal mic channel until the arrow is up to the notch on both channels. This is your level. Once you set your level, slowly begin to rotate the big black encoder to the right of the screen until you see mains level on the right side of the screen begin to increase and you can hear your channels at an adequate volume. We are done with setup mode, and now we are ready to move on and tweak our sound. We'll start off by tweaking the acoustic guitar. To do this, tap the guitar icon on the stage or press the encoder to select the channel. Then press the tweak button on the left-hand side or double press the relative encoder to enter tweak mode. Tap either the tone or punch on the left-hand side to bring up an XY pad to easily adjust your sound. The M20d includes a great feature called Quick Capture that records a 20-second sample of all the inputs, which allows you to tweak your own sound without having to play. The Quick Capture feature is available in the upper right-hand corner of the tweak page. To begin Quick Capture, simply press the 20 seconds record button located at the top of the screen. Once it begins capturing, simply play a part of your song and it will be recorded to the internal memory of the M20d. Press the play button at the top of the screen to begin playing the Quick Capture that you recorded. With the Quick Capture loop playing back, we can tweak our sound without having to continuously play. To add effects, tap Global Effects and adjust the amount of either of the 4 global mix effects that are available. Once we are done tweaking our sound, we have our channel options available in the lower left-hand corner of the tweak page. There are buttons available to turn trim tracking on and off, main output sends on and off, a mute button, and a headphone solo button. Below that, we have our panning and overall level for the channel. Now that we are done tweaking our sound for each channel, we can save them as presets so you can easily recall them at our next gig. To save a preset, tap the folder icon located at the upper left-hand corner of the screen to bring up the presets menu where you can load or save a preset. We will choose Save As and name our preset. Then we can go back and load our presets from the list of presets that are already been saved in the M20d. Now that we have tweaked our sound, the next step is to set up our monitor mix for the gig. Press the Monitor Mode button on the left-hand side of the M20D. From this page, you set up your monitor mix. Notice how the monitor is highlighted with blue arrows? That means that this monitor is currently selected, allowing you to simply adjust the volume of our vocals and guitar being played back by the monitor by turning up the encoder for each channel. With the presets we have chosen, our channel level and monitor send level will be linked, allowing us to use one encoder to adjust both the overall level output and monitor send level for each channel. To control these levels individually, tap the link button to break the link. If you tap on the monitor on screen, you can control the overall volume of the monitor playback with the blue encoder. Next, we are going to set up the M20D to record the gig on an SD card. Insert the SD card into the SD card port on the M20D. Once it is recognized, you will see the media icon appear on the left-hand side of the screen. Then press the record button on the left-hand side of the unit to take us to record mode. Tap the Configure Record Playback to bring up the Record Setup menu. Since we are recording directly to an SD card, tap the SD/USB Media button and then tap the Media section to choose where we want to save our recording. I'm going to create a new folder to house my recording by pressing New Folder. Name the folder and press Enter to create it. Once it is created, make sure you are in that folder to save your recording inside of it. Press OK. This will take you back to the recording menu. Tap New Recording Name so we can title the recording. Now we can record just our channels, or just our main mix, or both our main mix and input channels by selecting the menu. After setting up the SD card for recording, we need to make sure our channels are armed for recording. Your tracks should automatically default to be recorded. If the crossed out speaker is red on a track, it is disabled from recording. Once we are ready to record, simply tap the record button at the top of the screen. The M20D will record a 24-bit 48 kHz wave file for each channel that is captured directly from the inputs before the signal processing. This allows full control over the performance when you mix it. The last thing to do before the gig is to set the mix in Perform mode. To enter Perform mode, press the Perform button on the left-hand side of the unit. Now, our channels offer us a mute, or by tapping the Show Solo buttons, a headphone solo. We can also clear our solos by tapping Clear Solo. We also have control over our channel's level, pan, trim, and effects levels by tapping the encoder located at the top of the screen. Then tap the parameter that you want to control with the channel encoder. Notice how the color of the encoder will change to match the parameter that you are controlling. Once you have set the mix for your song, you can tap the Scenes to save the levels you set in the mix so that the next time you play the song, your mix is ready to go. Tap Save As to name and save the scene. Scenes help us to save the settings for each song you play, so you can easily change the mix of the M20D. Keep in mind, scenes have to be saved as part of a setup. So after saving your scene, go to the Setup mode to save your setup. The M20D includes a media player to allow playback of MP3 or AAC files from a USB flash drive, SD card, or laptop. Once you have these files placed on your storage device, insert the storage device into the M20D. Once it is recognized, a media icon will appear on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. To bring up the media player, tap on the media icon, and then press the Tweak button on the left-hand side of the unit. Within the Tweak page, tap the media player to open the media player. Once the media player is open, tap the Add Files to Playlist to browse the attached media that you have to create a playlist for the media player. Choose all the songs you want to use and tap OK. They will then be added to the media player playlist. To begin playing back, simply press play. Once you are done with the gig, we can save all the input settings as a setup. Press the Setup button on the left-hand side of the unit, and then tap the Setups located in the upper left-hand corner of the screen to bring up the Setups menu. simply tap the Save button and name your setup. Now this setup is saved for your next gig, so next time you can simply load a setup, reconnect your inputs to the same channels, and you're all set for the gig. You can then recall your saved scenes and your mix is ready to go. Remember, your scenes are saved inside of your setups. The M20d allows two 1/4-inch tip sleeve foot switches to control FX mutes, scene selection, media player control, and quick capture. To take advantage of this feature, connect your 1/4-inch foot switch to either one of the Footswitch inputs on the M20d. Now, to assign a function to the foot switch, tap the I menu in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Then tap Assign Foot Switches to bring up the Footswitch Assign screen. From the Footswitch Assign menu, simply tap on the function you would like to use. For this example, we will use the foot switch to control the media player. Tap the media player button and choose Play, Stop. Now let's test this out. In the Tweak menu, we'll tap the channel strip at the top left and then select the media player. Since we already have a playlist set up from before, simply tap the foot switch and the media player will start playing back the first song on the list. Now we can press it again and it will stop the song. This can be very helpful to easily cue backing tracks or to play music in between sets when the band is done.